Hey, it's Clay Trader. This will be a video chart on ticker symbol RAD. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like a few weeks worth of time, it's actually just the past 2 days broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think that's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday. I've been doing it on a pretty routine basis, so that's where these green and red line annotations are coming from. But before I get to any of the updates, I do want to just kind of make a comment from a presentation standpoint and say that this chart has become pretty tricky from a presentation standpoint. Why do I say that? Well, there's a whole lot of perspective that now goes into it. What do I mean by perspective? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought somewhere up around here, or maybe this morning you bought right there, and you wanted to sell within 20 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. There's been a pretty big pullback. But from the big picture, there's still plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. And as long as you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a much different outlook and strategy going into the trade. With that being said, let's get the first update out of the way. And this update comes from a foundational principle in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So for those of you that did watch yesterday's video, hopefully you remember me talking about $2.10 as the level of support, but now that the price is broken and closed below it, on any sort of bounces, you know, that initial hurdle would be $2.10. Yes, up there at $2.25, which is this red line right there. That is indeed still a level of resistance, but pretty pointless to be talking about doing battle with that one until the bulls can first prove themselves again. And I'm defining quote unquote prove themselves as getting back up above 210 and then staying up above it. As far as levels of support, and this is the exact reason why I say that from the big picture the bulls are still in full control, is not only the price still up above this green line here that I talked about at $1.90, but it's still up above the purple line right there, which is that famous 50-period simple moving average. Just to illustrate this point about the big picture, I'm not saying this will happen, but like I said, for example's sake, let's say the price does actually come down here and then flirts right around with the $1.90 area before the price starts to work its way back upwards. Looking at things, again, from the big picture, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows there. You'd have this previous set of lows down there. If you picture each one of these as stair steps, then the overall stair steps would still very clearly be going in the upwards direction. And that's the name of the game, assuming, again, that you do care about the grand scheme of things perspective. So yeah, today pulled back. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest day, but the bulls do still have plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. So we'll see if they can get that job done or not. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.